welcome back to Vaal Feeds the Nebulous Beast. Ding 50. So as you may see, things are gone. My storage, it's wrecked. I got a few things left here. Miscellaneous stuff, my mod items I haven't put in yet, and wood I haven't put in yet. But you can see I'm beginning my Applied Energistics storage system. So here's a basic controller, got a basic chest here. See if I put that back in, no more. We can see it until I take something out, but let's go ahead and plop in some power. So this is what I've done so far. In this 16K, I've put a good number of things I don't have too much of. That's why it's in a 16K. But still a lot of different things. These two, I've pretty much put all my storage into. You can see 63 of 63 items, 44 out of 65K. So there's a lot of items in here. Thousands of each of these things. 4,000 potatoes almost, 6,000 marble. And in this one, this is all my metals, zycordite, magic shards, other things that I have quite in bulk. And there's not too many of them. I broke down all my iron blocks of iron and tin and copper. So I'm doing pretty good on all that stuff. But I still have some room here, and I gotta make a couple more storage units. I want to get everything in there. I might just leave these two chests here for now. I might even use a couple of these ME chests as well, as instead of just one terminal, so I can quickly go through a couple of sets of items like you just saw here, instead of only using the terminal. And then, so over all that, in addition to that, I've begun tearing out the sorting system. Yep, it's all pretty much gone. Gotta move that. I'm gonna move these machines over to this wall, and I'm gonna put my ME containment thing here. We'll do that soon. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys kind of what it looks like before I do any more work. Alright. Let me get working. Alright everyone, welcome back. So, as you can see, I got my system kind of in place. So first of all, I'm giving it power here. This is the controller. She detects everything in the system so far. I'm using a total of 51 units of whatever this energy is. The first thing here is everything is connected after this block right here, this dark cable. So I can actually come here and give this the signal and turn off the whole system. And now I'm back down to just using energy of just the controller. So no matter how big your ME system is, you can always do this to turn it off, or turn it off in sections to reduce its power consumption when you're not using it, so it doesn't have a constant drain on your battery reserves. And right after that, I got the drive. I got most of my storage in here, a crafting monitor, terminal, and the wireless access point for my remote. Remote's got a range to this access point, but within range of it, see over here I'm not within range, but within range of the terminal I can access the system. So you think that's not very good, but you can run this wire far and put more terminals and get some range on it that way. You know, it's good to have around the base, but other than that, it's not that really useful yet. This terminal is not a crafting terminal, but I got one upstairs. So I got the inner chest here where my quarry goes, and I'm pulling out of that with import buses into the system. All the machines here are powered. I got the furnaces hooked up. They've got export buses. All the different ores that I want to smelt automatically and not keep in my system that I want to just turn into ingots. All three are set the same. That sound in the background, the chewing, that's my dog. Chewing on his bone. Boy, you are loud. I might have to redo this whole recording. Yeah, we'll see how bad it is. And then I import bus whatever comes out of these things into the system. What's important here is that the connections in the configuration menu need to kind of be good for importing, or exporting from the ME system into this machine. You need to tell it the right slot to go into. But when you export, it has to have this no color for it to get kind of sucked out by the import bus. It's kind of weird, but that's how it works. So the import bus is on the output face here, the middle, putting into the top, sucking out. And so what I got over here, there's a couple ways to do this. I gotta kill that sheep. Let me turn off my sound because that's annoying. There's a couple of ways to deal with cobble and dirt and the junk you want to recycle. Direwolf, in his videos, he uses a separate chest and uses priorities to do it that way, and that's a very valid way. But I wanted to kind of set a limit arbitrarily. So what I've done is I've dedicated each line here to a certain overflow material I want to recycle. So this one is going to do cobble. When it gets a signal, it'll pull cobble in stacks from the system, the ME system, because it's just hooked up through the wires. This one will do the same thing with dirt. When it gets a redstone signal, there's different settings here. You can have it do different things. I just might have ticked it there. And then these above are level emitters, just hooked up into the same ME system, so they're detecting the inventory levels that I have stored here. This one says when I have cobblestone in here, in the system, at the level of 5,000, I'm going to emit redstone level when I have more than that number. When I have more than 5,000 cobble, I'm going to turn this on, which is going to suck that extra cobble out of the system and recycle it. So that means I want to keep 5,000 cobble in the system. Where's my cobble? Look at that. Just under 5,000. It's pretty awesome, actually. Dirt should be the same, just under 5,000. See, it doesn't by a little bit more. And I am pulling in stacks instead of one at a time from here. This mode, you can change that. Move single items. And that's fine, but I was producing quite a bit more cobble than, I wanted to have an excess in the system. So I gotta get rid of that. Okay, so anyway, this is the pattern provider, just hooked up with a wire to the same system. And I've started making some patterns. These are the things I'm teaching it to craft so far. And I have way more to go. Blank patterns. Way more to go, but this is just the beginnings. I ran out of quartz, but I've already run one quarry with the setup like this. And I've got a good amount of quartz now. Yeah, I got like 200 and 300 dust, so I can go ahead and start making more stuff. I need to make more storage, more buses, more interfaces. One of the first things I want to do is move the mass fab from this, engine loop thing. Move the mass fab over here, hook it up to high voltage. I'm going to change this line. Right now it's low voltage coming out of the transformer here. I want to cut this off and instead hook it up to the high voltage output right here. Move this over there, and then I'll I'll power it with high voltage over here, and then I'll transform it down to low voltage for these machines over here, the extractor and these recyclers that need the low voltage. I think I can upgrade these. There's like a centrifuge extractor. I don't know if there's upgraded recyclers, but there's better upgrades to let it take higher voltages. So I might end up doing that. But for now, this works, and it's a process that everything that I want, and working pretty awesome. I also have a wire running up here through the wall, so I have access to the crafting terminal here, so I can order things to be crafted, and I can craft right here. And there's another crafting monitor. There was also one downstairs. That was the other block I didn't click on. It's just like this crafting monitor. You can see what's going on. And then I have this other ME chest with my other storage unit here, with most of my bulk items, the cobble and dirt that we saw earlier, and a lot of other things. My UU matter, scrap boxes, scrap. I've converted it a lot in scrap boxes automatically. That recipe was in the thing if you didn't notice that. And then a fabricator here just for doing some crafting. I really like this setup. And here's my pattern encoder. I've been just making recipes. And I need to make more storage units, as you can see. Setting up this line of fabs to make 16K units. That's what I'm going to do next. Now that I got more quartz. Also, I'm going to move that stuff over here, like I said. Then I want to fix up my redstone, or my bluetricity power coming in here. Redpower power. since I'm no longer using Redpower stuff over here, I don't need this little battery box and transform it up and down again. I really need to come and just turn my sound back on a little bit. I need to just run it as the high voltage line, medium voltage line like this, all the way from up there, all the way back, transform it, and then instead of just connecting like this, I need to connect it to all of them, and maybe even add jacket wire too. I learned from Woolly Creeper watching his stuff that that'll add to the resistance and make it transfer my power much quicker. And that's been my problem. I've been choking this off so badly that I can't provide the power to these engines to keep them running at full power long enough. They drain the battery boxes so quickly, within minutes. It's pretty bad. But hopefully this way I can pull more of this huge windmill power that I'm making out there and get some more engines in here. So that's the plan. That's what I'm working on. Right now I'm going to go turn on a new quarry. Like I said, I've already ran one, but now I'm going to start a new thing. Let me show you where I'm doing that. Got this hideaway in here. So here's my old quarry hole. I dug out this hole, and this hole. This one's done. Someone else is doing this quarry here. I don't know who that is, but they're gonna get rid of that junk items, store stuff. This is one of the newer guys probably. Just cool. But really, that whole area, it's kind of done. So I need to move to a new area and dig, and I've started one over here. In fact, I've already just moved it. In fact, my hole all the way down, and I'm going to start my quarry right around here, just above the copper level. So I got my quarry items here, I got my landmark, I got my lever, ready to go. But to clear room for everything, I'm going to use this, because I love the mining laser. It's just awesome. Do some of this action here. Boom. Like this, and I'll go to where I need to lay the markers. No problem. Alright? Click, 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 click. I'm limited by lag here. And the power that I got in my energy reserves. No big deal. No big deal. Alright, so let's go ahead and lay that right there. Go, boom. And I'm going to do this and get working on those upgrades to this system. Go check the time and see what else we can do this episode. Alright everyone, I'm back and I got this working. So I did like I said, took it all out from here. I'm going to fill this back in with the stone slabs, like so. So I got the output coming out here, 512. It's also connected back in as an input, which is fine. Doing the same thing as a loop here anyway. This doesn't hurt because it's all 512. This is all 512 line. So this, taking this high voltage 512 all the way down here. That comes down here through the network of AE matter energy pipes. That's the gray stuff there. So I bring it down and then right into the mass fab, which is running right now. And then I take that energy and lower it both times down to low voltage for all the other machines, just like I said. So now the way I've got it hooked up is from this connection over here. This export bus is exporting scrap boxes into the bottom slot, putting it in here. Stacks at a time and always active. I'm always keeping this thing full of scrap boxes, if I can. This one here is an import bus, always active, so it doesn't matter about redstone, ignores it, one item at a time. So it doesn't matter what I have this set to, because it's set this switch is just for the whole system. That just keeps sucking out the scrap, or the UU matter that it gets made, not scrap, the UU matter. I don't have to tell it what to take, it just sucks whatever. From the top, which is always going to be UU. See, boom, sucked it right in. And now this is the magic here, the level emitters. I love these things. So I'm telling it to turn on a redstone signal when the limit is below what I set. When I get less than a stack of scrap boxes left, I want to turn this on, which will stop it from running. the mass fab needs a redstone signal to stop. Just by default, it runs if you give it power, as we can see here. So that's why I normally had a lever and I had it flicked on when I wanted to stop it. So now I'm just going to do this. I'm going to run it basically forever until I run out of scrap. So I'm taking power from here, which is then being drawn from here. I'm pulling a full 300 because I'm teleporting on bringing on 3 faces here. Each of these can teleport like 100 each. I think something like that. Well, actually, I think what it is this bridge here. Each face of this can only take in 100. So I can pump more in from my source down here, going down to the engine bank out of the redstone energy cells. But this thing that face can only take 100. So I can get a 300 total into here. You can see it spiking at 300 to fill the charge bank, and I'm outputting a constant 512 all the time. It's not flashing at all. I'm providing more. I'm actually bringing in more power than 512. So I could upgrade this to a EV1 but you know, I need other stuff. So I'd rather just do this and keep this charge doing this kind of thing. For now, anyway. I need to set up more MFSUs, and then maybe I'll do some down conversions from EV, or maybe I'll get multiple lines coming out so I can draw more current from it. Charge this thing even faster. That probably would make the most sense. Make a separate line, move this line over somewhere else. I'll probably do that later. But for now, I need to work on putting a bunch more patterns in here. You hold shift to show the items, what they look like, the patterns. And they tell you what it takes to craft it, what you get from it. I've also got patterns ready to hook up to some other machines, like these kind of machines. And then I've decided, instead of making duplicates, I'm just going to run cable over to these special machines and put an interface block above it right here, and like the alloy smelter, so I can automatically craft Invar and the stuff that this thing makes, the hardened glass, automatically with the system. You can see I've already got some of these patterns down here. Crafting refined iron, I need that for, you know, a furnace, sand glass furnace, clay with brick furnace, basalt. So these are all furnace recipes. So what I'm going to do is take an interface like this, come to one of these furnaces. Maybe I'll do it this one up here. Actually, yeah, use this guy, why not? Oh, I'm going to make another bank of these down below, because you can only hold so many patterns. So I can say this furnace will make all these items whenever my system needs it. When I hook this up with cable to the system somehow, I'll run cable around the roof, onto the floor, something like that. And I'll put another one of these up here for patterns for this guy, patterns for this guy. You can do it for these machines. You just tell it what you get as an input and output, and it'll put the items in here, and hope it'll figure it out, input, output. But I might make, like I said, since there's so many patterns of furnace stuff and pulverizing, I'm gonna make some more furnaces and pulverizers over here on this wall, and hook it all up to the system. And that's the stuff I'm gonna work on. Fixing the Redpower power, get some more engines in here, and work on this. Alright, blabbing enough. Hope you guys enjoy this. My nice little setup here using level emitters. They're awesome. Eventually I want to hook up Mine Factory Reloaded stuff here too. Auto farming stuff, and have it auto harvested and pulled into the system. And good stuff, good stuff. Alright, I should have a core should be running. Almost. It's digging out the area. Alright guys, see you later. Thanks for watching.